Welcome, everybody. We're so glad that you could join us to talk about the Douro River Cruise that Tour Imagination is hosting from October 27th to November 3rd in 2026. We have the most wonderful tour hosts who are going to join you to guide our Tour Imagination team, Robert and Monica Wismere. They are just hospitable and warm, and they are very excited to explore Portugal and Spain with you.
I'd like to welcome our river cruise expert, Terry Rakunik from Amber Waterways, and she's going to give us a full picture of what it's like to cruise the Douro. I'm told that it's one of the most scenic rivers in all of Europe. So over to you, Terry.
Hello and thank you. Let me share my screen with you so that we can get started talking about such a wonderful itinerary on the rivers with Emma Waterways. And of course, I have to get it going again. So let's do that. We do travel, of course, to a number of locations throughout the world, Europe being the most precious to us. The majority of our ships are there, but of course, we do some exotics as well. But today we're here to talk about the Enticing Douro. And we are traveling on the Amaduro, one of our ships, and is a round trip Porto to Porto on October 27th, as you mentioned, to November 3rd, the cruise portion. So I'm going to talk about Golden, the Douro River. She actually is about 200 miles long. She comes down from the Spanish mountains, and then once she gets into Portugal, she is actually sailable. So we tour the entire river, and so we're very excited. She's a completely the entire river is a UNESCO site, which is really exciting and beautiful. So she's the backdrop to a very unspoiled region, because she is a UNESCO site. Nothing can be built on her, which means you can't even travel at night. Portugal makes it illegal to travel the Douro River in the evening, which means your daytimes, it's just a beautiful scenic cruise as you go along the river. Now, I'm just going to, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go backwards. Okay, so let's start off here. You're going to, of course, you're going to get on board in Porto. And you're going to see lots. You're going to see the locks along the way. Of course, it's port country, so there'll be a lot about port wine as well as olives. It is a very olive. I only fell in love with olives later in my life, and I can't say enough about the olives in this region. So on the Enticing Douro, you are going to, like I say, do a round trip Porto. So you will go back and forth between some of the cities more than once that you will, I'll talk about here. So as I said, you're going to start in Porto. You're going to embark on the ship there, but on your first full day, you're actually going to be in Regao. And Regao, you're going to indulge in the traditional Portuguese lunch here. We're going to take you out to do that. And to a local quinta is what they call them. And they're really more of a country estate or a village will have this country kind of, yeah, I guess estate is the only word I can come up with, where you're going to have authentic food. And then the afternoon, you're going to be able to go and see the Palace Mateus. But like I said, so we'll do a shoreside, say that 3 times, lunch there with some of those authentic, genuine foods that you just want to taste in Portugal, very Spanish as well. And then you're going to be able to, like I say, see some of the areas that are so precious and beautiful. And it really is known for its beauty, as you can see, Regal. But the next full day, you're going to actually go to Viga de Terran. We will go visit Castillo Rodrigo. You can see it here. It looks sort of like a New Mexico scene. And so this is a fortified village. And you can opt to hike up to this village on one of our excursions. Otherwise, we'll take you there as well. And we'll spend a full day in Viga de Terran, and that's my Ukrainian pronunciation of that. I didn't say it as well as they say it for sure in Portugal, but we're going to spend 2 days there. The first day we're going to, like I say, go up to the Castillo. We're going to offer you excursions like that hike, but also an excursion for touring the area as well as tasting the area. And that is always my favorite. And this is amazing food. So definitely you may want to do that. Now, the second day when we're in the area, we're actually going to drive you to the Golden City, Salamanca. And Salamanca is built on actually a golden sandbar kind of sandstone. So it's known as that Golden City. So that is also a UNESCO site. So some of the, it's considered a living museum. So some beautiful sites along this itinerary for you to enjoy, and just spectacular scenery. Again, like I say, so we'll take you on an escorted tour of the area, built in the Middle Ages. And then, of course, the following day, we're going to go into Pinau. And Pinau, you can just see all the vineyards that are built on the rivers, from as low as they can to really as high as they can on these rivers. And here again, we're going to do a lunch at another quinta, which that authentic, that traditional food, that dining experience. We will even have local entertainment there for you. There's an interactive museum that you can go see while you're in this area. So much to see and do. And then we're going to now tour the following day. We're going to go back into Rigao. And this time we're going to go to Lamego, where you can see some pilgrimage sites. So this specific pilgrimage site, actually, this is about 700 stairs that you can walk if you so choose to do that. It won't be necessarily, sometimes in the middle of summer, some people might not do it, but you are just going on the perfect time with the weather should be a little better. And the weather along the Douro River really is quite lovely all year round. I mean, it still will be a little cooler than the summertime, but that is something you can do. And along this river, definitely on some of the itineraries or on some of the excursions, I've noted there will be port wine tastings or wine tastings at a number of them. So that is also an option. And then on your last full day, we'll go back into Porto. Porto is known for having the best of both the old and the new. So here we'll do an escorted tour of the historic quarter. We will see the UNESCO World Heritage Site here. We'll go to the cathedral, the railway station. Of course, you see the blue and white tiles, though, on the left there in that picture. Definitely something renowned for this area and something so incredible to see. They depict Portuguese history in these tiles. So some beautiful things to see and do before your last day, where you'll also be disembarking from the cruise on that 8th day. And you will be on board on the Amaduro. This ship actually has, I believe she is 102 passengers on it. So just to give you a glimpse of the Amaduro, we do have a swimming pool on top. And even when you are traveling, you may find we do heat it, so you may find yourself in it at some point. And again, just being up there and on a sun deck, seeing the beauty of what you're passing. So all of the excursions that I've discussed, once you are, when you're on the Douro River, because nothing can be built on it, you typically will have to be bused or shuttled to an excursion because it won't be right on the river, just based on the fact that so little can be built on her. But here's a picture of one of our lounges. This is the public space where you'll go after your excursions for the day. You'll have an hour before dinner where you can talk to everybody, have community in there, talk about the excursions they went on and what everyone enjoyed, what foods they tried. So this is a great place to meet with your group or meet new people. Now, of course, at dinner time, we have a beautiful restaurant main dining room for everyone. People can sit where they want. We have incredible meals on board, and everything is fresh. Our local crew, we always have cruise from everywhere in Europe, but in Portugal, it is a completely Portuguese crew, almost entirely Portuguese. So it's really incredible to meet these people in their home, and enjoy their camaraderie. A couple of pictures just to let you know what your stateroom, you unpack once, you have a stateroom. So you have something, whether it is, excuse me, whether you've got a regular stateroom or whether you go into a suite that has a little bit more space in it. You've got that luxury. We are we are the heart of the river. So we would love to see you on board. Please come and join us in Tour Imagination.
Terry, thank you so much. The Douro River Cruise clearly attends to every one of the senses. It sounds amazing. On that note, we had one question about allergies. If we have guests that are gluten intolerant or celiac, is there something that we can do to help these guests?
I got something caught in my throat. I'm going to tell you to start that question over so we can
For sure.
that. Okay.
For sure.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Terry, thank you so much. The Douro River clearly attends to all the senses, and it's going to be amazing. On that note, we had a question about dietary restrictions. So if we have a guest who is celiac or gluten intolerant, what can we do to kind of help them in advance of their tour?
That is a great question. I talked about all of our food being fresh. It's all, we get it at every port, for example. We have nothing frozen on board other than the ice. We like to say that. And we do take people off of the ship in Portugal, something that we don't do as much on any of the other European sailings. So we take them off into these quintas a number of times, actually, for lunches, I believe once for a dinner. So AMA Waterways, it's very important to us. We're really good at dietary restrictions. So we can pretty much do about almost everything. I think kosher might be the only thing that we can't do true kosher, but outside of that, we can accommodate for everything. So your guest would just let you know, you would let us know, and we'd make sure that the ship operations knows, the maitre d', the chef, they will even come talk to your guest if there's any dietary restrictions. I will say that if there's a strict gluten allergy, that one's a little bit harder. All the restrictions apply on the ship only. So because we do so much off the ship, that would be something that we can't control. So that's a great question.
Perfect. Thank you. So I also noticed so many excursions. I saw the stairs. I know you have bikes, all of these things. What if we have guests who maybe are a little less mobile? Is this a cruise for them?
Yes, we have different levels of activity on our excursions. So we'll have something for gentle walkers. So that gentle walkers means we're going to try to avoid hills and stairs. So we'll get them to wherever we're going. We might not be able to get them up to the top of the Lamego, for example, up to the pilgrimage site. I don't think there's any elevators there, but for other excursions, we will definitely make sure that they get to see and do everything that other people can do. We have a regular excursion, which will often slow it down a little bit. There will be hills and stairs possibly, but we'll do things at a regular pace. And then we'll have active, like those hikes and those bike excursions. And on the hikes, really, people do not need to bring hiking boots. A good pair of running shoes will do them just fine.
That's great, Terry. Thanks everyone for watching this video, and thanks, Terry, for your time. Please reach out to Tour Imagination if you have any more questions about the Douro River Cruise. Thank you.